live, let's hit that gold.
Oh boy, I got distracted by the chat and the song ended before I was ready. Hi! Jesus, I have missed you guys so much. It feels so good to be live again. Okay, first of all, this is going to be like a business meeting between me and all of you, right? And it's going to be a business meeting with tea. I will serve the piping hot tea. I'm going to try not to go too crazy because I don't really want to burn.
So it's been a little bit of time since I have done a video. A lot of personal things have come up, and this isn't really the video to talk about it. Really, this is more about Becky. So I already recorded this the first time, deleted the original voice recording, and felt that I initially do it a second time, if possible a third time. The reason I'm doing that is because I wanted to really think about what I wanted to say. I'm with this channel, and particularly I, does focus on detracting the LCU for a number of reasons. And in the case of Becky Boob, I have completely detracted her. I have made multiple videos. I am not going to apologize about it. It's just, it is what it is. But again, mostly because I detracted the LCU, and it's part of the whole thing, the whole ecosystem. But also, I can't deny when you take a bit of time, you take a break, and then you look things behind the curtain, or really you're pulling the curtain. You're taking a moment, you're taking a step back and really looking at things from a further view. And I think in this moment, that's what I'm trying to do in this video. How I feel about Becky now after her leaving the LCU, which is now proven that her leaving the LCU was not scripted. She is not part of it anymore. She has completely been banned off of the server. She is now doing her own thing. And truthfully, I'm happy for her for that. Again, I have detracted her. I detracted the LCU. It is what it is. I've detracted other people of the LCU. It is what it is. And I'll still do that. And now some people ask, am I going to detract, Becky? I didn't detract Grace, and I didn't detract Lynx. For a lot of reasons, really. And I think this probably will also apply to Becky, because I think why I'm not doing it for her either is she's being honest, she's being true to herself, and she's being genuine. Now there's still things I don't like, and there's certain things she has said in the past I just don't like. Whether or not she was playing a character, I think she'll have to be the one to kind of say, like, I was doing this, I was doing that. And she admitted it during her stream that she was more or less forced by Keem and Mike. Which is funny because he also admitted that Mike more or less, like, betrayed her. Which isn't surprising because that's who Mike is. And I think she was very much, like, she wasn't surprised, but she was very much, like, being open about Keem and how the way he acted. Which I'm like, that's who Keem is, Becky. I don't know what to say, but Keem has been like this for almost like 20 years by now. And I really doubt she's going to hear this video, but then again, I've had other people have listened to my video before, so if she does listen to this, good on you. And I'll still say this, if I even get a chance to talk to her, like, hey, I detracted you, it is what it is, it's part of the whole thing. But as I'm trying to kind of, maybe this is my weird way of coping, or maybe because so much has happened in my personal life, I'm looking at things a little different. I do like her when she's more real, she's more honest to who she is, and she's not playing a character, she's not yelling, she's not ramping up. I think her being who she is now, and watching her stream I think it's much more entertaining compared to what it was on Queens. And I do think her leaving Queens was the best thing. I think for just different reasons on both, and she explains it probably better on her end, and I do agree with that. Maybe because I'm being more lenient and I'm in very much different state of mind, I'm being a lot more charitable. And I think I'm doing that because I think when somebody is like revealing who she is, who they are as a person, and they're not playing it up, not being a character, I respect them more and I like them more, and I'm willing to forgive them more. And I think that's really this video is more about on my end. It's like, hey, she's being honest who she is. Go for it, girl. Be what you want to be. Be successful. There's still, and Keemstar even admitted that what Becky was doing was character. And I think in my other video, I think it kind of more or less justified that everything has been scripted. And I think because of that, I think I'm willing to be like, it's all scripted. You're coming out that it's being scripted. I think I'm willing to be forgiving. And if that's the case, it is what it is. And because of that on my end, again, I don't know if she'll ever listen to this video. It is what it is. I'm a small channel. I'm a detractor. It is what it is. But really what I'm trying to get across is like, hey, go give it a shot now. If you didn't like Becky on Queens, you may like Becky more on her own personal stream. Because I think there is a clear difference, and I think that's what people wanted. People wanted this side of Becky more than a character, and the fact that obviously because she was working with Keemstar, who is notorious for drama and everything, I think really helps on her end, in my opinion. And I think it makes her more likable on top of that. And I think that's very important to understand. Now, with that being said, am I gonna talk about Becky? I think there's only gonna be a few times, and it's mostly just gonna be updating people on the situation and less detracting at this point. Because again, I think in my eyes, she reveals everything. She opened the door, and obviously more or less revealed that the whole LCU is one big, cult. I don't know why I said that wrong. Now my opinion on it is I think I'll do a separate video on that because I feel like there's more to unpack it. Honestly, if you want my honest opinion, who's Grace, as much as whether you like her or not, clearly on my end, I'm not a big fan of her as much because of the Ruby stuff. I think her analyzing the whole cult element of the LCU is 10 out of 10. I think her analyzing it is actually great. She really did pave the way for that 100%. Hell, even I was saying that it was also a cult. And I think even Chill Force and other people said it was a cult. But again, I think I'll do a separate video talking about that on my end and my perspective. But really, again, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Becky. And this video is a lot longer than I expected. I honestly knew that this was going to happen. So I'm just going to roll with it for another 2 minutes and we're going to end the video. But really, in the end, go watch Becky. I think she's a lot more likable. I think because she's not playing a character anymore and she's who she is. I think this is what I wanted from the beginning from her rather than what she was playing, and I think it's because of that I'm again being more cherishable. Now obviously with the Richie stuff, I think even Richie's was like, it is what it is, and I think he's just like, let's just move past that. And so yeah, I'm glad she left the LCU. I'm glad she's doing her own thing. Again, there's still things I don't like about her, but that's who we are as people, and I think go give her a shot. If you didn't give her a shot before, go give her a shot now, because there's going to be a lot of content, and I'm going to cover all of it. I would like to actually personally talk to Becky, like more, whether it's just like a couple minutes and I'll do a video on that, or just even an interview. I would like that, but I think I think the last thing I'll say, whether or not she's gonna do good on YouTube, it's up to you. You can be good at anything as long as you're passionate. I don't know if I said it in this video already or not. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be tired. I mean, Lynx already said she likes it. Even if she gets small enough viewership, she's happy about it. She doesn't worry about that. She has a strong following. Grace, regardless you like her or not, she knows how to pull an audience. And same thing with Ruby, and same thing with other people, and I think Becky is easily able to. Becky has this way of drawing you in just by the way she talks and her mannerism. And I think once she gets into a role, once she gets into that kind of motion, I think she's more likable. And with that being said, Are we witnessing the redemption of Becky Boo? I don't know. I think she still is a lolcow in a very different caliber compared to, let's say, other lolcow. But I think she's a lolcow, but in a very different end. With that being said, I will be making videos more. I think I will be making other videos soon. I've just been very busy with a lot of stuff. With that being said, have a good one, be safe, and God bless everybody.